Okay, so we are here live. Let me just stop that replay thing. Why it's doing that, I don't know. So yeah, we are here live at Brands Hatch GP for round 2 of the Touring Cars Season 1 League on iRacing. Got myself, Phil McDougall, and Mark in the commentary pit. in the commentary booth. I copped out again. I always cop out on that one, but
you even took a deep breath when you gave up.
I just thought about it. That was all it was.
Anyway, how are you? You alright?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yourself?
Yeah, busy day, but you know, we're on hump day as they call it. I didn't even know that existed, but there you go.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it's all
looking
downhill.
forward to this one because just after watching the practice session, there's going to be some pretty close times. So looking forward to it.
Yep, and we got Neil the Bandit in, making his debut in the touring cars because he was away last week. So I'm sure he'll be right up there. So just looking, we have got currently 4 minutes gone in quali. The early lap setters, no surprise. Neil Andrews top, Aaron Taylor second. Robert Bernabout third, and Philip Russell fourth, all with 134s. So I'm sure that'll come down a little bit more. They were doing early 132s in practice. So I don't think the track is going to deviate substantially to slow the track down much. Anyway, so we'll see. I mean, I think my favourite's got to be Neil Andrews, I think, today.
Well, it's either going to be Neil or, I mean, I wouldn't write Fran Vanel off as well. He's got some serious pace in him. Duncan as well he's just gone fastest now with a 132.6. He was rapid in practice, so could be horses for courses. Ruben won last week.
Yes, and good win too.
Yeah, so he'd be looking to obviously pounce back and hopefully get another win or another podium at least. Nope, there's a car right in the way there. I think that was David Patterson, I believe.
I've just seen your sexy new overlays. Looking a little slicker.
Yep, I have been at work.
Honest. More like at work on this, I think, rather than physically at work, but there you are. I'm just going to compare streams quickly. So the YouTube stream's working, so if anyone wants to have a look at that one, by all means do. We are broadcasting simultaneously, or Phil is anyway. So
Yeah, just trying it out.
very slick.
Just the evening, seeing how it compares. Got to try these things out, I guess.
Hey, no harm in trying things out. You never know, otherwise will.
We're on board with Ben Craner as he's actually just lost it, so he's lost all his time on that lap. Let's go on board with Fran Vanel, see where he is on track. So he's just up at turn 2, down into turn 3. Fran Vanel's fan club is in the house.
Okay, I would say, just for those intrigued to know, it would appear that the YouTube feed's probably 2 seconds behind the Twitch feed, so
Okay.
it's not mega, so we've got 5 views on the Twitch feed according to the thing. We've got 2 watching the CXR on YouTube as well. Obviously one of them's me, but there you
are. Okay, so Ruben Schilt goes fastest then with a 132.044. Ironically, Neil's number is the number 44. But what is Fran Vanel going to do? So he's been faster on this lap. Puts in the fastest sector 6 or sector sector 6. Still stays in 4th position though.
Well, the times are tumbling down to better the practice times. So we've got Ruben 132 dead, and then we got 1, 2, 3, another 4 and 132s. Half a second behind.
Aaron Taylor's gone into second with a 132.33.
Could be the Dutch wonder here, you know. What they got left? They got a minute and a half, just under. Ooh. Oops. Who's that? Is that Dennis Meisner in that one? Just spun off there, just lost it.
I didn't see. Didn't see him spin off, but maybe they did.
I'm multitasking now. I've got 3 screens. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, so Dennis Meisner, I don't think he's on a fast lap because he's pulled over to the left-hand side quite early there, so...
He's not actually put a quali time in either, and I think he ain't going to get enough time to get another one in. Sort of power slid for a corner and the back end went, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we got Robert Bernabeu, I think, still yet to put in a faster lap, I would say.
Mr. Chaninier just lost control as well. It's gone wide, so that lap will be invalidated as well. This is the beauty of touring cars, isn't it? They're quite ruly cars for a front-wheel drive, aren't they?
Yeah. They're really nice to drive. Right? You just have to give them a few laps before you judge them. You can't judge them on one lap because the tyres need to warm up.
Well, that's the problem with some of the quali, isn't it? If you're trying to go out and smash a quick couple of laps, it makes it even harder, doesn't it? It's like you say, you're not giving it anything a chance to warm up a bit. So quali is done, allegedly. So who's on track at the moment? It's got a few out. I'm expecting some firecracker lap from Neil if he's still on the track. Let's have a look.
He's just gone into 5th position. So just sitting behind Ben Craner at the moment.
Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Top 7.7 in it. Brands usually turns out to be a close race track, doesn't it? It's quite hard to pull away at Brands.
Yeah, it just takes one mistake. As soon as you make that one mistake, that's when you'll find you'll just start slipping down, and it only takes that just over a second gap, and you're not within the draft anymore, and you start doing your own laps.
Tight little track as well, isn't it? There's not much places to run off or anything. You got the lovely Paddock Hill bend. I'm sure it's going to take a few casualties today.
Yeah.
First corner, blind crest.
Chris Slaymaker is now in 7th. Philip Russell is now in 8th.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the top 11, only a second and a half. What's that? Second, just under 2 seconds. So pretty close racing there. Especially the first 7, I think, now up to Chris Slaymaker, 132s.
Neil Andrews moves into 3rd place with a 132.376.
See, told you they were sandbagging in practice.
Well, fair play to Ruben because he's put it on pole position, so he's going to be looking to take his 2nd win of the season at round 2.
He's racing for me, isn't he? In this championship, I'll get half. What do I get? Half points, or say just for watching. Right.
Still 2 minutes left of qualifying. It's 15 minutes in the touring cars.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I thought it was 10. My bad. I wondered where you warmed down.
Yeah, I wondered why you were saying it's finished because I'm looking at the overlay. I'm like, I don't think it has because it normally says.
I see it in the corner. Yeah. My bad. It's 10 in GTEs, isn't it? That's probably where I got it from. Unless you can tell me it's 15, and I'm just losing the plot. But
no, it's 15 in. It was 15 in the MX-5s as well, though. So this is the same
Ah,
format.
right, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm with you. You're mirroring the MX-5, yeah.
Yep.
So I'll take back what I said earlier then. It's still open season, so to speak. So Neil's gone up into second now, better in his lap, 132.1.
0.074 off as well. That is incredibly close. Yeah, the times that they're... I mean, wow.
They are so close, aren't they? A bit like the MX-5, I suppose. That's what we wanted, wasn't it? They were pretty close, the grid on that. So Dan Goble hasn't put a lap in yet. Is he just going to start from the back? I
Yeah,
wonder.
I've just noticed that myself. Yeah, so Darren Goble's the only person not to put in a lap so far. Then you got Kenneth Engel and Andreasen, who actually put in the fastest lap of the practice session last night. So
Ooh, did they?
I was kind of expecting to see him up in the top 5, maybe.
So you're saying he's sandbagging as well, then, are you?
Well, it's not really the time to be sandbagging, is it? During
No,
qualifying.
no, that's the last time. But looking at his quali time, I suspect he's having trouble putting a clean lap in because I'm sure that 140 is probably his out lap. Especially in practice, he's done a 133 and everyone's appears to be going quickly in their practice time. The flag is up.
Yeah, so there we go. Everyone's on their last laps. Let's go on board
Oh,
with...
Fran Vanel gone top.
Fran Vanel
Wow.
has gone pole position with a 131.906. So where is Neil?
Look at the top three. 131.9s, all of them. That's Fran Vanel, Neil Andrews and Aaron Taylor. So they have, let's get my maths right here, 900ths of a second between them.
And it looks like Aaron is still on a hot lap.
Ooh.
Fran Vanel is actually still... We should have watched that lap for Fran Vanel. that must have been blistering.
Let's have a...
Wow, these times.
I find it extraordinary because it's not even something you can sort of physically measure with in your head, if you see what I mean. You know, you can guess a 1 second gap and all that sort of thing, but 900ths of a second is, I find hard to compute what that gap would look like. It's probably like a front end splitter or something.
Yeah, it's got to be incredibly close.
Right, the last lot are just finishing the lap.
Chris Needham did better his time, but stays in 11th place. Evening, Legger.
Ah, our soup and bread roll man's in. Good evening.
So that was quite an interesting qualifying session. I was expecting Fran Vanel to be up there, but I wasn't expecting him to take the pole position. So Ruben Schilt managed to slip down to 4th in the last 3 minutes. Neil Andrews probably thought he got pole. It's just snatched away. I mean, 0.04 in it. 0.05 to 3rd position.
Well, you can chuck him 4 for an extra 10th, can't you?
Yeah, so there we go. The grid is Fran Vanel on pole position, Neil M. Andrews in 2nd place, or on second, on the first row, but in 2nd. Aaron D. Taylor in 3rd.
Get your teeth in.
Ruben Schilt in 4th. Duncan Kirby in 5th. Ben Craner in 6th. Chris Slaymaker starts 7th. Arnold Channonay starts 8th. Philip Russell starts 9th. Robert Bernabout starts in 10th place. Chris Needham in 11th. Kieran Williams in 12th. Dennis Meisner in 13th. Jason Huddington in 14th. Jonas Gillis in 15th. David Patterson starts 16th. Kenneth Andreasen starts 17th. And Darren Goebel starts in 18th. as he did not put a time in, I believe. So there
Come
we
on
go
in.
then.
Call it. Who are you going to go for?
Call it this early. I'm not sure I can call it this early.
I'm going to do a Neil and go Aaron.
You're gonna go straight up with Aaron. I don't know. It's gonna be between Fran Bernal and Neil Andrews, I believe. But we'll see.
Ooh. Okay, well,
Aaron's got the minerals. We all know Aaron's got the minerals. Ruben's still gonna be in contention as well. So
Lega, come on. I didn't say, you must have misheard me. I didn't say outside chance. I said who's going to
there we
win.
go. We got the lights. The lights are up.
Ooh,
Engines are revving.
Green, green, green.
And we're off.
So Robert Bernabeu got a great start there.
Yeah, Bernabeu's up to 5th.
There's a few cars having. Someone did
Ooh,
not.
Ow, ow.
Just did not start. Who was that?
Bit of carnage there at the start. I couldn't see any, unfortunately.
Well, Chris. The point that Chris Slaymaker's at the back, it looks like he's got spun round. Anyway, let's go on board with the action. So, Neil M. Andrews is now in first place with Fran Bernal just behind him, so he obviously got a great start. Chris Slaymaker has jumped to pits. Just didn't seem to move off the line, or...
I saw a couple actually, I think, sort of ground. Someone's gone off near the back there, just gone wide. Yeah, I saw a couple, but I couldn't obviously identify who's who with the without the names on the thing. But yeah, like you say, I know last week a couple of them had problems getting it off the line, didn't they? Because it's a bit of a pig to fire up. It's just a little bit messy at the moment with some of these cars, isn't they? I think they're probably struggling for a bit of grip, I suspect.
Yeah, it's just the first lap. You have to go slightly easy, but obviously you've got so many people around you. It's just difficult.
So coming through clearways now, we're on board with Ben Craner. Just coming out of Paddock Hill Bend. It's probably the only track I actually know a couple of corners on, actually. Let's have a look at Duncan Kirby in front. He's on the inside. And he's through. A little love tap there. To be expected in touring cars. Ooh, that's a tap and
Aaron Taylor's gone into fourth.
Well, I've just noticed the old numbers on the back of the cars. LED numbers.
For positions, yep.
Oh, is that what it is? It's positions, it's not...
Yeah, it's
Oh,
positions.
of course, right, sorry, I thought that was their race number.
You learn something every day.
Well, there you go. Every day's a school day, people.
Well, Ben's gone a little bit wide, so I think Aaron's going to actually get this position, or the
Got it through.
overtake done. He has got that done. Or has he? Because I think they're now side by side. They are side by side.
They are. Oh, they've both gone wide. Oh,
Not sure there was any contact there, but
there was a little coming together, but I'm not sure it was intentional. Maybe we'll have to review that later, but I don't think it was deliberate. I mean, it was just two of them going round. Gotta say, nice work on the new liveries there. Do look nice.
well, thank you.
All I would say is I would change the visor myself so we can identify people a bit easier.
No, then I have to make thousands of liveries.
Individual ones.
No, actually, no. I did make individual on.
Oh, did you?
The name on the
Okay.
side.
Oh, it's on the side, okay.
Yeah, you see there, Ruben.
To squint a bit more.
You have to look
I need
on
a bigger
stream in
monitor.
a second. Oh, Ruben's.
Ooh, he's gone.
Yeah, he's just lost the front end.
Power
there.
slip.
He's going to lose a bit of time, so.
Aaron Taylor's taken that back.
Oh, they've both collected each other, but they've managed to hold on to each other.
Oh, Jesus Christ, look at them power sliding
Yeah,
everywhere. What's
so
going on? It's like having Jerome back. The king of the power sliders. cool. Amongst all this, Neil's actually in the lead. I don't know if we've picked that up anywhere with all the chaos going on.
Yeah, so he's now got a second lead on it. Well, so we're only 5 minutes in. Don't forget, there's a lot of action, but yeah, we're only 5 minutes in, so.
And we have a pit in this as well, so all still to play for. Ben Crane's up into a third. And we've got Robert Bernabout fourth at the moment. So the top four currently sort of 5.5 seconds, I think, between them collectively. 5.3, I think it's coming up on my screen. But Ben Crane has just put the fastest lap in, 1:33.1. Which will be interesting because that is actually over half a second quicker than second place. So if you can keep that sort of pace up, then we're certainly going to have a race on our hands.
No, like I still race, but just not on Wednesdays. That is, yes, that was Kieran just having a little look there on David Patterson, but it was a little bit of a coming together. Oh, they both lost the back end at exactly the same time there.
It's that oil button of yours, Phil. Press the magic button and it'll start sliding. Do you know what? I was still struggling to see the names on the sides. Where is it? Where am I looking, Phil? Under the CXR bit, or?
Are you looking on? If you look on stream, I've just put the camera on.
Under the wing, by the wing mirror. Right, thank you, Koki.
Yeah, there's also one on the rear bumper as well.
Okay. Unfortunately, I haven't got an 8-inch monitor, so I'm going to struggle squinting to see that. Oh, who's this then? So we're on board with Aaron Taylor then, who's into 7th then. Did he have another slide? Or I thought he was making his way up last time we saw.
Well, these CXR guys have just been having a battle. Well,
I think he's just going to take
since
that
the
as well.
Coming together, so it's probably going to go on for, well, it's
hopefully another 39 minutes with it.
Hopefully the whole time.
So hopefully now the tyres have warmed up sufficiently to stop all the random sliding.
The Mandem sliding?
The what sliding?
Did you just
random.
go all street? Alright.
All street? I'm not down with the kids. I ain't got a Scooby-Doo what they talk about.
I ain't got a Scooby-Doo, mate.
I just stand there going, do what? Hit it, blood or bruv or whatever it is these days.
Well, you just destined yourself to never say that again, so...
Is that an Arsenal term when they say blood all the time on Arsenal TV?
It probably is when you're talking about Arsenal. Anyway. On board with Robert Bernabout.
Yeah, very groovy helmet. Oh, it's got a little monster logo on it.
The battle for 4th is still quite strong. Ben Crane has got a bit of a bit of an interval gap actually to Ruben Schultz at the moment, so he'll be sitting quite comfortable with that.
Aaron Taylor's right behind Mr. Bernabout, or Bernabeu. He's overtaken him actually.
Yeah, he's just got the move done there at Paddock Hill.
Cool, look safety. We don't need to bunge it up just yet. So Neil keeping this constant 1 second lead ahead of Fran Vanel in second. Ben Crane a couple of seconds behind. And yeah, so just the front four starting to split out, front five a little bit, but there's plenty to go. Fran Vanel's now got it under a second, which will be interesting. So on board currently with Neil Andrews, looking at his bumper, his rear end.
Looking at
And
that
watching
sexy
Fran Vanel
rear
getting
end.
ever bigger. I'm just having a flick through the field. What other one we got? Duncan Kirby and Bernabout. So Duncan Kirby's gone past Robert Bernabout as well.
Kieran Williams just overtook Jason Huntington as well.
Is Chris no longer in the race? It says out. Does that mean sort of out or?
Yeah,
Oh dear. So Frank now working hard. He's now just over 7 attempts behind. He's catching him. Ben Crane had a solid debut last week. Looks like he's having another solid race at the moment. He's currently in third. 3.5 seconds behind Neil Andrews.
He did miss out on the podium last week though, didn't he? He had a 5-second penalty.
Oh, added, yes,
yeah.
no, quite right.
So he'll be looking for his first podium this week.
Keep forgetting it's all a bit provisional, isn't it? Get all excited in the moment. Ooh, who's this then? So this is Kenneth and how do you say that? Andreasen?
Yep.
So he's putting a little bit of pressure on Philip Russell in front of him. So Fran Vinal is now just over half a second, so he's catching him a couple of attempts a lap at the moment. I think we're going to have some leader action shortly.
Yeah, I think we are. We're going to have to cut on
Just
board
coming
with
into
these
Paddock
guys.
Hill now.
Yeah, you can see he's got a lot closer.
So Aaron Taylor's now got the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:31.9.
And he's right on the back of Ruben Schultz as well, so he's going to be looking to make the move.
It's a tough old track to overtake on, though.
Yeah, it sure is. I was just trying to think of places where I would actually overtake him. I mean,
Clearways probably is your best bet if you're getting good exit out of the last corner. You know, take you out onto the bank straight, and then who's got the biggest cojones in Paddock Hill, I suppose. But the risk is bad, because if you overbrake that, there's only one place you're heading. There really isn't, and the other one is trying to be brave enough to outbrake someone.
Well, he's currently got the move done.
Ooh, he's through. What do I know? I'm wondering, that looked a little easy there.
Yeah, in the brain in Static Corsa, it's mental. It's so good though. Good fun.
Well, have fun in the first quarter particularly, because you ain't going to see nothing, especially if you're following someone up there. So there's rain in HTC then.
Yeah, sure is.
That'd just be carnage. That would. Can you imagine these cars in the rain?
Well, they are looking at bringing in rain into our racing at some point, but it's just not high on the agenda because I don't think it's high on people's agenda to want to race in the rain, really.
It's a completely different kettle of fish, isn't it? Racing in the rain. I couldn't think of anything worse. God, I don't even like playing golf in the rain.
So interestingly, Ben Craner is actually now in no man's land in the middle of these two drivers, or this pack of drivers, probably for the top 5, top 6. So he's either he's not probably gonna pull into the front 2, but he's probably gonna get caught up by 4th and 5th.
Aaron.
So that could be an interesting battle to watch coming up. We're not even 15 minutes into the race. Still got over half an hour to go.
So what's the pit window going to be on this one? 17, 18 minutes, you think? Maybe a bit more?
I think it's 10 minutes, isn't it? So
I don't know.
After 10 minutes, I think you can pit.
The old crew chief starts yelling in your ear, your window's 10 minutes in. We shall see. No one's actually come in yet, except obviously Chris Slaymaker, but he's no longer, unfortunately, in it. But I don't think anyone else is pitted. Looking at the time differences. Oh, Darren just going wide there.
Yeah.
We're not doing the Indy circuit.
Right, so Fran Vanal is now right back on board with the leader, Neil Andrews.
They've actually got a nice little bit of clean air between those two, like you said, between them and Ben. So the gap's nearly 4 seconds. Excuse me.
Dennis Meisner is now pitted. Is he the first? Yeah, he's our first pitter, so we can see how long he's stationary for.
So the window is open.
13.5 seconds he was stationary for.
13. It's obviously it's a short pit lane as well, Brands, isn't it? Especially compared to
Well, yeah, compared to say
Road Atlanta or
Spa
something.
Endurance.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So how many laps are we in now? We must be sort of around lap 10ish, I'm guessing.
Yeah, lap 10.
Well, that's not bad,
Neil is
guess.
now on. I think that's a pretty good guess. So we got Kenneth Andreasen looking to overtake Philip Russell still. So these guys have been having a battle for quite a while. On board with the leader as they're going down a bit of a straight at the moment, so you never know what's going to happen with a bit of the drafting going on.
Well, Neil's actually managed to extend his lead slightly. It's up to 7/10 now. It was down to 4. I suspect there's a long way to go yet. Got to get the pitch done yet as well. It would be nice actually to see some other TCR cars on this. Oof, that's a nice bit of close racing there. Oh, was he slid wide? No, he's holding it. I thought he was power sliding around there for a second.
Oh, Kenneth's gone power sliding. Kenneth has gone
Oh,
power
yes.
sliding. You gave him the commentator's curse there.
Well, he did well to hold the first one because it looked like he was sliding on 2 corners before that. But
It was you this week, not me.
no, the commentator's curse is at the front.
So, Aaron D. Taylor and Ruben Shields at the moment have now started to catch up to Ben Craner. So this battle for 3rd position in the last podium position is going to be on.
It's all getting exciting. It's like watching MotoGP. I'm just keeping an eye on the front 2. The gap seems to be getting larger again. It's up to just under 9/10 now. Interesting to see what the pits are, whether they follow each other in or whether Fran Vanal decides to stay out or maybe dive in at the last second. So
Yeah, I think
keep an eye on that.
I think if I wanted to keep the position, I think I'd do exactly what the guy in front of me did.
Yeah, follow him in. But saying that, they've got a big enough gap into 3rd, so I don't think 3rd will come into play. Just whoever gets it, especially if they're going to start fighting each other, surely, because they'll probably slow them down a little bit. But
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Plus, I mean, the later you leave it, the I suppose you have to put relatively the same amount of fuel in, no matter what. So I guess.
well, if you go in earlier, in theory, you're in the pits for less, aren't you? Taking less fuel on.
Yeah.
So it's that balance, isn't it? It's where that line is on, you know, do you lose more grip but do you gain quicker laps for having an emptier tank? But then you got to fill it up. There's so many variables in it. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of the Formula One race engineers doing all those calculations live.
Yeah.
We just rely on crew chief to just whacking enough to get us over the line, except for Chris Needham.
I have just noticed that Fran Vanal is now within a half a second
Oh,
of Neil M. Andrews. So
yep.
this
He's proper behind him now. Aaron Taylor's down to 2 tenths, so he'll be having a little sniff shortly as well. He's back up to half a second. It's almost like Neil just hammers it a little bit more, doesn't he? When he sees him catching up a little bit, it's almost like
he's toying with him.
Spurt. Yeah, a little bit. Aaron Taylor, should we quickly go to Aaron Taylor? He's 1/10 behind now. I'll keep an eye on the front two as well, in the background. Yeah, he's going to go and have a little sniff. Ooh.
Ben's going to block him off.
Just coming into paddock.
Ben is going to block him off. That was, I mean, you got to do it if you want to hold the position, and it was safe. It wasn't as if Aaron was next to him, so. Ruben's not all that far away as well, so.
Well, he's doing that little thing he did in the first race, wasn't he? Where he was just waiting, and just took his opportunity, and off he went like a stabbed rat, didn't he?
Yeah, so these two have. Oh, is someone. No, it's alright, I was looking at the wrong figure. I was looking at the figure between Fran Vanal and Ben Craner, thinking that Fran Vanal had just made an issue or had a problem.
No, Neil just seems to be pulling away a little bit, just watching it in the background. But this is where the action is at the moment. So Aaron Taylor's going to have a little look around the side. So Ruben all of a sudden is in there as well. I don't think Ben's going to be able to block 2 of them off, especially if one goes one way and one goes the other.
Yeah, he's I mean, you can tell he's a professional driver, because everything he's doing is very fair what he's doing, but and he's only making one move, so he clearly knows what he's doing.
So is it one defensive move per between corners, so to speak? Is it, or
yeah? Although I mean, they both clipped the grass.
Oh! Oh! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! No! Well, I don't like that. That's a bit naughty. That was.
I think I've just given it the commentator's curse, haven't I?
Well, I told you it's always at the front, Phil. Well, we'll review that after, won't we? So, Ruben's done a bit like what happened last week, just like I said. He waited for him to have a little coming together, and off he's shot into third now. So Ben Kramer now is half a second behind. Aaron Taylor, in fairness, is still 6th, so he has lost a couple of places, but he is quick, so I'm sure he'll be able to claw that back. So Neil Andrews just starting to overtake some back markers at the moment. I think he just went past. I'm not sure if that was Dennis Miser or not. He went past. So currently second in it, which has been fairly constant over the race, although Fran Vanal has managed to get it down to 4 tenths at one stage. But it'll be interesting to see if these back markers manage to help Fran cut the gap. So on board with Darren Goebel at the moment, who's in 14th position. So he's gone up 5 places. Jason Haddon's currently in the pit. And Darren Goebel goes past David Patterson, by the looks of it. Dennis Miser also having a little look. think Aaron Taylor's disconnected.
Oh, he has. He's
Well, I'll have to look into that. I've just had a little message pop up saying he's disconnected. So I think we're on lap 15. I'm trying to look for somewhere to tell me what lap number it is actually. I'll have to get Phil to change it. Thanks for the follow.
Yep, cheers for the follow, Liam BS15.
Say hi on the chat by all means. So Ruben Schultz currently in third place, under pressure now from Ben Kramer, who's in fourth. So Ben's probably going to try and have a little nosy down here. Ruben's holding the inside line at the moment. And gets it through Paddock Hill without any drama. It's always a good sign. So I still think the top 7, I think, are still to pit, probably 8. Just looking at the gaps, couldn't even be top 10 actually still to pit.
Top 12. Top 12 are
With,
still to pit.
Is that Kieran, who's up into 11? Yeah, I think that's Kieran, so I think he's pitted. So top 10 still to go. Just over halfway through the race now.
Just realised I had you on mute on my other microphone, so you couldn't hear me.
Excellent.
But it worked. I filled in all the gaps.
Now, I was saying, I think Aaron Taylor's disconnected because it popped up with a little message saying he's...
Yeah, he has.
That's a shame. So we have 2 currently out. Well, looks like I put the commentator's curse because I did a kneel and went Aaron for the win.
So Ruben Schultz looking for his second podium then. Van Vernal on the podium? Yeah, he finished second last week, didn't he?
I'll be honest, I can't remember. Yes, I think he was.
And then Aaron Taylor finished third because Ben Kramer did finish third but got a penalty, so... But Jonas Gillis getting out of the way there, nice and easy for these 2 guys to come through.
Just trying to have a little look on the map where these 2 boys are to see how much traffic is in front, because that might play into Fran's hands a little bit. But saying that, Neil's hammering it still. He's 1.2 seconds ahead. Could well come down to pit strategy. So we're just coming up to nearly half an hour gone. Oh, I'm a little bit ahead because there's the 2 minutes for the grid warm-up. I'm reading the wrong clock, ignore me. Hello there, Liams. Thank you for the subscribe earlier when Phil wandered off. So Neil's just coming up behind... That is Dennis Meisner, isn't it? Yes. Actually, it's rather a funky livery, I'll be honest there. I quite like that. Looks a bit random, doesn't it? So now there's a car between the top 2.
Yeah, I think... I don't think Dennis Meisner's going to be getting in the way, though.
No, I'm not saying for 1 second, but the gap is growing.
Yeah, I'll probably just give him a bit
of
draft
he's just moved over now.
Out the way, yep, there we go. So Chris Needham has just overtaken Kenneth Andreas Engelson, I think, Kenneth Engel Andreasen as he goes into the pits.
Into the pit. So where's your lovely little graphic to tell us who's gone in, who's gone out and who's not done what?
We can see who has been in the pit lane, if you like.
Because I think it's still the top 9 to go in the pit, if Memory serves me correct. Cool. It's not that bad then, my memory, is it? It
Yeah,
is
so
indeed the top 9. Plus Jonas Gillis, who's in 12th, still to pit.
yeah. See the pit time. So Darren Goebels was the fastest 8.8 seconds.
Is that the stationary bit?
Yeah, that's the stationary bit.
Why is there such a massive gap then between, say, him and Jason or Williams?
There's quite a
behind?
big gap between everyone now, really. I suppose maybe some of them have accidentally left tyres on, or I don't know. I mean, quite a few things can come into play, I guess. 15 minutes to go.
So Neil still with a solid gap ahead, over a second still, 1.3 seconds currently. See, Rubens managed to increase his gap because Ben Kramer was literally a 10th behind him a couple of laps ago. Now he's managed to eke it out a little bit.
Yeah,
He's
let's
now
have
got a
look at
2-second gap.
the visual gap. Yeah, that's quite big now. So Ben's probably lost a little bit of drafting down the straights as well. So that was the danger before when he just drifted off the top 2. It happens to most drivers where you end up sitting in no man's land and you can't go any faster and you end up getting caught by the guys behind you because they're
you
drafting
start.
off each other. So as
Yeah,
long as
you're
they're
getting,
not,
like you say, that no man's land, no one to chase either.
yeah, and it's difficult because you don't have that same concentration. But I mean,
Yeah, because you subconsciously, I think, when you're following someone, you subconsciously start using their brake points as well and
yeah,
things like that.
exactly.
Whereas,
You would start racing at their speed rather than your
yeah,
own speed sometimes.
that's why it's quite common as well. If one goes wide, it's not often unusual for someone else to follow in the same line, is it? So what have we got? Fastest lap at the moment. Was it still Aaron Taylor? Let's have a quick look.
Just for the follower, Ant. Looks and boys in the house tonight. Everyone supporting Ben. Looks like Chris Needham's coming into the pits. He is coming into the pits. Let's go back on board with Neil Andrews because I've just noticed that Fran Vanal is back up within a second of him as well. So
So 2/3 of the way through the race currently. Well, it's over that now, I think, just over. In fairness, it's been pretty steady position-wise, isn't there, since the little scramble for the first sort of half a dozen laps or so. The field sort of settled down.
there has been some movers, like David Patterson just overtook Darren Goebel, but it's
He's in the pit,
yeah, he's in the pit. So
have you got the little slide with the positional changes from the start of the race? Who's the movers and shakers? I presume Chris Slaymaker's probably lost a lot because I think he was around 5th, wasn't he?
yeah, he was quite high up.
Aaron was 14th. He's gone down. Wow.
Kenneth
So,
Andreassen's pulled 8
Yeah,
places
8.
up
That's pretty good.
and has pitted as well. So you never know, he could move up 1 or 2 more places before the end of the race.
Yeah. So we've got a few more gone into the pits now. So Ben is in the pit. Should come out in 6th. Saying that, Philip Russell, I still think Philip's got a pit, hasn't he?
Let's have a look. Yeah, he does. So just Ben Craner is the Ben Craner is 6th.
Is he the highest pitter?
Yeah, he is the current highest pitter. Then it's just Philip Russell to pit behind him. So
So he shouldn't. He's obviously not going to lose that position then. So let's see what the others are going to do then. So we're up to the top 5 yet to pit. So if you were in Fran Vanel's shoes, what would you do? Would you follow Neil Win? You still stick to that, a second and a
I
half
would
behind?
still stick to that.
Do you know what? I'd probably be tempted to try and squeeze another couple of laps if you can. But I suppose the onus is on Neil. He'll want to pit, I suspect, right at the last minute, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'll probably leave it to the last lap of the tank. Cheers for the follow, VGTX80.
So Anderson is 4 tenths behind Chris Needham at the moment, 9th and 10th.
Chris Needham takes a bit of a safari line off off track.
Easily done at Brands. The problem is the knock-on effect for the next 3-4 corners. You see how quick he's closing the gap as well. Have you? I presume you've driven these cars. What they like to drive, all right? Once everything's okay on them.
Yeah, they're really nice. Once you put in a few laps and the tyres are warmed up, takes about 3 laps, but then like you can start putting in consistent times then. Before then it's an absolute nightmare.
Neil's in the pits and Franz followed him in.
Yeah,
So
Fran
no
has
surprise
followed.
there then, really. We said that, didn't we?
So we're gonna have to watch these. Who gets the fastest pit? Who changes what? Who
Well,
makes
that's
a mistake?
interesting. Fran pits in front of Neil. Neil's coming. Oh, his car's wobbling around, so I don't know what they're doing. He's out. Oh, Fran's out as well. Oh my lord!
They left at exactly the same time, so this is gonna get extremely exciting now.
10 meters between them.
10 meters, 1.5 seconds. Sorry, 0.15 seconds.
Well, this is going to be intriguing now, isn't it?
11 and a half minutes to go.
I don't know. I think if Fran Vanel stayed out for another lap, that would have been very interesting.
I think he made the right choice though. Like if you, this could be the last lap where you had to pit.
Possibly, yeah. I appreciate
now
it.
looking, yeah, I think it was. If I'm looking through the whole entire lineup, and everybody is now pitted, so Ruben Schultz still holding on to third position to grab his second podium of the championship after 2 weeks. So that's a pretty good showing from him.
Duncan Kirby's up into 4th with Ben 5th. So
Robert Bernabeu as well has slipped into 5th position. So how did Ben Craner lose that much time?
he must have gone in the pit then. Oh no, he'd been in the pit, hadn't he? Ooh. Let's have a quick look at his lap times. Where is he? Ben Craner. Laps. So we're on lap. So he pitted on lap 21 because that was a 2:11. No, there's nothing showing. He's had a 1:37 and a 1:33 the 2 laps after. So I'm not sure how he sneaked past.
The Duncan's actually passed him during the pits. I've just
Has he?
gone back and had a look. Yeah, and he's passed him during the pits. So Duncan must have he must have pitted a little bit earlier. Let's see, pit lap. No, 23 later. So yeah.
Yeah, Ben pitted on lap 21, I suspect, with a 2:11. And then the outlap was a 1:37, so they weren't slow the lap after. I don't know if a 2:11 for that pit overall is high or not. Let's have a little look at someone else's. Let's have a look at Roberts.
No, Ben went slightly off track. That's not it.
Actually, 2:11, he's lost 13 seconds in the pit. I wonder if he had damage. But then he's got a fast repair, hasn't he?
Yep. Unless
See,
he
I
turned it
think
off.
Robert Bernabeu's pit, lap 23, if I'm reading things right, is 1:55.9, but Ben's on lap 21 was a 2:11. So he's lost sort of 14 seconds there, hasn't he? 16 seconds. That'd be interesting. So anyway, amongst all this hullabaloo,
We still have a battle for the lead.
we do. And Neil, in fairness, is holding his own, isn't he?
Yeah,
I don't
sure
think
is.
Fran's actually been in a position to try and overtake yet.
No, he's been getting close and then just been edging off. I don't know whether there's like an
Yeah.
aero kind of maybe F1 aero effects have come into play.
I think Mr. Andrews is sandbagging here. Just hammers that throttle a little bit harder. He's back up to half a second. So.
Although you don't want, I mean, it's an hour. It's a 45-minute long race. You don't want to take too much out of the tyres early on. So, I guess there is the tyre differential. I'm clutching at straws to wonder why.
Yeah, I suspect if it's like the MX-5s and the length of the race, probably tyres aren't going to make a million miles difference towards the end, I would have thought. I don't think you can spank them within an inch of their life, can you, in a race? 45 minutes.
I bet I could.
I tell you what, watching a few of the boys, maybe they need to at the start, but...
Chris Needham takes a look at Paddock Hill on Kenneth Andreasen, but he's not going to get the move done there.
Oh, Andres, is he going wide? No, he holds it. I'm just looking through Neil Andrews' laps, and honestly, they're incredible. From lap 4 to lap 19, every single lap is a 132.3 or 4, and that is that is consistency.
Consistency is key though in racing. If you're not
It is,
consistent,
but
you'll never come anywhere.
No, I can relate to that, but
can you?
It is impressive, yeah, because I have no consistency. I'll put a blinded lap in, then I'll put a blindedly poor lap in. Yeah, it's very impressive. I'd say out of 26, what's he done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 laps out of the 26 he's done hasn't been in the 132s, and that includes his pit stop and his out lap at the start of the race. And the others were 133s, so very impressive. I take my hat off to you, sir. So if that ain't a commentator's curse, we don't know what is. I mean, in fairness, Fran Vanel, very similar as well.
Yeah, very similar pace. I mean, he's held it throughout, so maybe he's just biding his time, looking for the last lap. Oh, I thought he was going to make the move there into Paddock Hill. Getting a little bit tasty. We've only got 2.5 minutes left of the race as well, so
it's going to be 2 laps, isn't it? This one plus the next one.
Yeah.
So it's what we wanted to see, and we've got it. Touch wood. Close racing.
That is it. We wanted to see some close racing, and yeah, this is definitely. I mean, the touring cars always provides close racing because of fundamentally the cars aren't fast enough for someone to gain such an advantage that it can make like a massive difference. Because they're front wheel drive as well. There's like little tyre, and the new tyre model as well. So there's loads of different things that go into the touring cars, which is different than the current like GTE setup on iRacing. So.
Right. I think they're coming up to the back section. Yep. Should we go on board quickly with Fran Vanel?
Is that what you meant, or did you want to look at his sexy face?
No, I don't want to look at his sexy face. I want to look at Neil's rear end. Like that. No, I don't want to see that bit. That doesn't give anything away, does it? That's what we want to see. It's always interesting. It always looks... I know the view's further back, isn't it? So the gap probably is in reality smaller, but looks like one. Look, catches in there. So we've got a couple of back markers ahead as well, so...
Safely getting out of the way, though.
Yeah. No, they always do, in fairness, don't they? I don't think anyone's ever held anyone up. Right? So, as long as Neil keeps it on the tarmac, it's his to lose, isn't it?
Is this going to be the last
Yeah.
lap of the race, or?
Well, you're at 44.17 and they've only just started the lap. So, yeah, there's only 40 seconds left. So, I would. Yeah, it is because they're going down the back sector. Is it sector 2, the back bit?
I think that's
With the
Dennis
long
Meister
straight.
moving over to the right hand side. You don't want to get involved with the top 2 on the last lap. That is for sure.
It will throw an interesting random into the equation if they haven't overfueled, if there is another lap.
Well, only 5 seconds left, so I don't think there is
No,
going to be
no,
another
no,
lap
no.
unless they turn on some kind of rocket boosters. So we'll go on to the side. We'll watch on board with Neil. As he comes around the final corner to take the victory. Never actually raced last week. There's a few races he can't make this season, which is unfortunate, but we'll be happy for the win with Fran Vanel in second place. A good race between those two guys. Hats off to them.
Does that mean Fran Fanel's also on? Is it not?
Say again, you broke up at the end.
I was saying, does that mean? Oh, Dennis, is that Dennis there just sliding? I think if my maths is correct, that might make Fran Vanel the current leader, even though Ruben has finished in third. Are we doing 25-20 points wise?
Yeah, top 10, so it's 25 points for the win.
Yeah.
18 for second, 15 for
Oh, is it?
12, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, so we might be ahead by a point then on that piece. Oh, ouch! Is that Ben? Yeah. He's trying to launch it over the VIP area. Well, I don't know about you, but that was a great race.
It was a good race. It was very enjoyable to watch from start to finish. So
The Duncan Kirby got a good result there. He finished fourth.
yeah, just watching Kenneth Andreas and Chris Needham cross the line.
Robert Bernabeu finished fifth. Ben Crane sixth. Seventh, is that Arnold Chanier? Seventh, is it? I'm guessing. Andreasen in eighth. Chris Needham ninth. Philip Russell 10th. Dennis Miser 11th. Jonas Gillis 12th. Kieran Williams in 13th. Jason Hannington 14th. David Patterson 15th.
The official results. I'll let you read them out.
Oh, I've just read them. Right, okay, so maiden win for Neil Andrew. Raced last week, but has managed to win tonight. Fran Vanel, another solid showing, finished second, and Ruben, last week's winner, in third. Duncan Kirby gets fourth, Robert Bernabeu fifth, Arnold Chanier sixth, Kenneth Andreasen seventh, Chris Needham eighth, Philip Russell ninth, Dennis Meiser 10th, Jonas Gillis 11th, Kieran Williams 12th, Jason Hannington 13th, Darren Goebel 14th, Aaron D. Taylor 15th, and Chris Slaymaker 16th. So there are provisional results. And if anything's to go by, where are we next week? Trying to remember.
Yeah, that was a great race, Fran. Well done, mate.
We is
really I enjoyed that.
at, as he says, scrambling
Yeah,
for
great
the
drive,
old
Brad.
car to have a
Great
quick
drive.
look. Leagues. We are next week
We're
at
at Alton
Park.
Did it not come up on screen for you? Yeah, so yeah, we're at Alton Park next week, Wednesday, 13th of November. That should be a good race. Always touring cars at Alton Park is always good. We've got Zolder GP the week after and Monza Junior the week after that. The Monza Junior is going to be insane. I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be a drag fest, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is going to be a drag fest.
And Brands Hatch Indy when we come back here in 5 weeks' time.
Yeah, and then rounding out the week before Christmas at Donington, so that would be a good track to finish on as well.
Yeah, can't beat a bit of Donny to finish with.
It is actually one of the most popular tracks in iRacing, apparently. I didn't know that.
Yep, it sure is.
So who got the fastest lap for the bonus point? Let's have a little look if I can find this info out.
Yeah, we need to find out this. Let's have a look.
I think it might have been Aaron Taylor, I'm guessing, who is punting Ben Bloke.
Yeah, but if you don't actually finish the race, you don't get.
Do you not? That's a
You
bit
don't.
harsh, isn't it?
Well, no, if you don't finish the race within the top, within 3 laps of the leader, you don't get
This
any
is the
points.
small print that I've not read.
This is the small print of all leagues. So yeah, you don't get any points if you do not finish the race.
So who do you make the quickest lap then? Do you know offhand?
Still looking
Put-
through it.
Putting you on the spot here.
Let's
Let's have a little look. 132.2 was Neil. I expect they've all disappeared now, haven't they?
Ruben Schill with a
Fran.
132.0.
Fran for now, what's he had?
Yeah, so it's Ruben.
132.1.
Although Ruben
You said
finished in
Ruben.
third, didn't he? Did he?
132.0. Yeah, Ruben finished third, yeah.
Yeah, so outside top.
Could well be him.
No, it's Ben
132.1.
Ben Craner.
Is it?
I
Okie
believe
dokie.
will be the receiver of the final.
32.5.
No,
No,
Duncan
I
Kirby.
think it's Duncan Kirby.
Yeah, Duncan Kirby
Lap
gets the extra
7.
point.
132.1.
Yeah, so bonus point for Duncan Kirby.
Well, we'll do the final counts. I think it is looking at it. Yeah, 133s. We're getting slower. So yes. So provisionally, Duncan Kirby has the bonus point.
Yeah, so yeah, that was good. So yeah, we'll be back on Monday night where we're doing the last race of the season in the GTEs, which is a 1.5 hour endurance race at Le Mans. So that should be fun. And then we'll be back next week for some Alton Park action in the touring car. So cheers for watching, and take it easy.
All the best.